Hello everyone, Jules here. Today I'd like to talk about a tarot deck that has a celestial theme. That is the Celestial Tarot, and this is the deck and book set that was published by U.S.Games in 2006, and this deck was created by Kay Steventon, who is an Australian artist and astrologer, and the book was written by Brian Clark, who is an Australian astrologer. And this is quite a beautiful deck. Here is the box, and the deck and book set is most likely out of print. You may be able to get a copy on Amazon, and I think the deck is also out of print on its own. Here is the box, and this has the Lover's card on the box. Here is the book. It's very well written. Brian Clark is quite a well-known astrologer, a well-respected astrologer in Australia. And this deck has got its own system. The major arcana cards have the usual Golden Dawn associations, but the minor cards are based on constellations, and the minor cards have different associations than the Golden Dawn did for the minor cards. So this deck, apart from the major arcana cards, this deck has its own system. The book is very interesting, and I particularly like this deck because of the constellations that are associated with the minor cards. So here is the book, and it's quite thick. Here is the box for the deck. This has the star card on the cover, and the little white book was also written by Brian Clark, and the little white book is quite well written. It does not have as much information as the separate guidebook. So the deck on its own was published in 2004, and then the guidebook was written in 2006 and sold as a set in 2006. But the standalone deck was published in 2004 by U.S.Games. So now I'm going to show you some of the cards. And going to start with the major arcana. And the cards have a slightly glossy finish. So here is the Fool. They're quite beautiful cards. Kay Steventon is quite an accomplished artist. She also did the artwork for the Spiral Tarot. So that's the beautiful Fool card. And here are the backs of the cards. We have stars for the celestial theme. Here's the Fool card. There are some symbols on the cards as well, like this is the symbol for air here, and it also has the Aquarius sign, even though the association for this card is Uranus, but Uranus is the ruler of Aquarius, or the co-ruler. It's a Fool card. the Magician, showing Mercury. The Emperor. The Hierophant. This is particularly showing the Taurus, the bull association with this card. Has the Taurus symbol here and the Venus symbol, because Venus is the ruling planet for Taurus. And what is interesting with some of these major arcana cards is that quite a few of these images are not the traditional images, but what has been done to compensate for that is there is a Hierophant figure here in the background. So it's sort of maintaining the traditional image as well as the unique new image for the deck, for these cards. That's the Hierophant. And the book and the little white book talk about the mythology associated with the major arcana. Here is the Hermit, and this is different again. There's the goddess of the grain for the Hermit card, and that's different because this is associated with the sign of Virgo. And the goddess of the grain is associated with the sign of Virgo, the Virgin. And in the background here, there is the Hermit figure of the traditional tarot. So I really like this for the Hermit card. It's a bit different. And there is, you have the symbols again. You may not be able to see it, but there is the symbol for Virgo here. And the symbol for Mercury, which rules Virgo. And the symbol for Virgo, which looks like the letter M, has a kind of curly tail there, and that is said to represent a sheaf of wheat, which is associated with the grain goddess. There's the Wheel of Fortune, and this is associated with Jupiter or Zeus. So this is the god Zeus on this card, but he's holding the wheel here. So the artwork is quite beautiful and interesting. Here is Justice. It has the Libra symbol in the corner. The Devil. You can clearly see the sign of Capricorn here. Some of these cards are quite different because this is very astrology based. So this is the Moon card, which is associated with Pisces, so that the two fish or mermaid type figures are on here on this card, as well as the moon in the background. And you can see the symbol for Pisces here. So some of these cards are different in that way because it is very much on an astrology theme. This is the moon, the sun, we have the sun symbol here. Pluto, and showing the god Pluto. It's a very interesting card, this one. And it has the traditional angel with the trumpet here for the judgment card. And it has the symbol for Pluto here, because this card is ruled by Pluto. And the Golden Dawn associations. Here is Judgment card. And the World card showing Saturn, the ruler for this card. Also known as Kronos. And the symbol for Saturn is there. Saturn is known as the Lord of Time. The end of a cycle. So that's the World card. Now I'm going to show some of the minor arcana, starting with the Wands. Is the Ace of Wands. So you just need to remember, if you get this deck, that the associations, the astrological associations for the minor cards are quite different to the Golden Dawn. So here is the Ace of Wands, and you can see the green wand here. The Ten of Wands has a dragon. So these cards are a little bit like pip cards, but they are partly illustrated. But these pip cards are all associated with constellations. And these are constellations that are not part of the usual 12 star signs. These are the other constellations in the sky. So here is the Ten of Wands. And the Queen of Wands. Four of Cups, Ace of Cups, Ten of Cups, Queen of Cups. Now for Swords. Ace of Swords. Seven of Swords. And the Princess of Swords. So this actually follows more of a Thoth idea for the court cards. It has King, Queen, Prince and Princess. So here is the Princess of Swords, which is like the Page of Swords. And now for Pentacles. It's the Ace of Pentacles. Ten of Pentacles. I really like this card. So it's showing the regeneration of the earth and also the generations, the human generations from a physical perspective. So the gestation of a seed and of a human baby, which will be new life. 10 of Pentacles. And the Princess of Pentacles, which is like the Page of Pentacles. So there's some of the cards from the Celestial Tarot by Kay Steventon and Brian Clark. And I'll put the details below the video. And I think this is worth getting if you are particularly interested in star constellations. I particularly wanted this because of the book that's written by Brian Clark, even though the Little White Book is quite well written too as well. But I particularly wanted this because I have been interested in the other constellations that are not very well known for the minor arcana, and I actually got this deck as soon as it became available in 2004. So I've had this deck for a long time. But if you can still get a copy of this deck and you are interested in those things, then it's quite a beautiful deck and it's worthwhile getting. So I'll put the details below the video. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.